Hello there, everybody. I am still on the road. You can tell from the background behind me. I'm still on the road traveling for the holiday. I hope you all have had a really good holiday weekend. I don't need nothing else to eat for a week, right? But I wanted to get on here. I'm going to keep this one short as well because I'm traveling. I don't have my usual equipment. Lighting is a little bit off, but we're going to make it work. I did not want to let this pass. Someone pointed out to me in the chat. I really appreciate you all for that we have two, not one, but two new moons in the month of December. Starting out today, December 1st, right? New moon in Sagittarius, and then we wrap up the month on the 30th with a new moon in Capricorn. From a spiritual perspective, you all, I think this is extremely powerful because it gives us an opportunity, new moons being a chance to really hone in on where we're going, setting goals for ourselves, writing it down, getting a vision, like a blueprint, a spiritual blueprint for where you want to go. Get those vision boards, those manifestation altars, however you work your magic, right? Getting your prayers down, all of it. And by the way, because you all notice everything and I love it, but my nails are jacked up, you all. They started chipping and I started pushing. I didn't, chipping away at it. So just please don't look. Anyway, so think about this. New moon in Sagittarius, we know that that's a lot of growth, optimism, ruled by Jupiter. How do I want to expand my mind, expand my spiritual growth, expand my wallet, my ka-ching, right? Expand what areas of growth and expansion, exploration, philosophy, adventure, all of the things that we think about with Sagittarian energy. On the other hand, at the bookend, at the end of the month, we got this new moon in Capricorn that says, okay, so all of this exploration that you've been thinking about, this ideas for what you want to do going into 2025, when we tend to be naturally geared towards, setting those goals and being intentional and focused. Capricorn, get it done. Ruled by Saturn. I am a sun cap, so I get it. We get the bad rap even in tarot. It's represented by the devil, right? But really, it has a lot to do with your ambition, being practical, Saturn being the taskmaster. So it's like rolling up those sleeves and saying, okay, if I got to take 10 steps to get to where my goal is, I'm going to start with step 1. And, if it takes me a month to get to step 2, 6 months to get to step 3, whatever it takes, that's that Capricornian energy you are. All right. The other thing that I want to point out to you is this 2025 is going into 2025 numerically adds up to a 9. That means that the energy of 2025, at least in part, we know some of this is generalization, but it's something to think about and hone in on. So it's a number 9. 9 is about completion. It is about philanthropy. It is about the big picture. In tarot, a 9 has to do with the hermit. It is ruled by the hermit, right? Now, check this out. Hermit ruled by Virgo. Virgo ruled by Mercury. What you say carries weight, right? Watch your words, be intentional, write these goals down in your journals, go back over them, get your mantra together, something that it comes easily to you, something that you believe in. That's the thing with a mantra. If you say, I'm a space alien and you don't really believe you're a space alien, you can say that mantra 50 times a day. You're not really going to see the impact from it. It has to be something you believe. I am lovable. I am abundant. I am healed, right? You get it. So, but I want you to pay attention. This deck is the Rainbow Tarot. I know some of you are collectors, the Rainbow Tarot. But the Hermit here, notice now the figure is dark with the lantern. You almost always see that with the Hermit. But notice how those rays of light are going out from that lantern. That is truly the energy of the Hermit card in tarot. It's not so much about having to go out on your own, be alone, take the road less traveled. It can come across as a very isolated energy. But in truth, what the Hermit is doing is saying, I've got to do what I've got to do for a minute. I'll be right back, you all. I am going in search of the answers. I have got to put myself in a situation where I am shining my light out into the universe. Notice that background. I'm shining my light into the universe because what I'm doing is I am on a quest. I am going toward my goal. And nothing will stop me. In Virgo energy, we know it is an earth sign. It is analytical. It is about the day-to-day mantras, right? Mantras, habits, prayers, whatever you do, but it's about consistency, you all. That's how you get things lit up, and moving for yourselves is about consistency. All right. I literally didn't bring talking about all this writing stuff down, didn't bring a journal with me on this trip. So I had to get a napkin because Spirit gave me a couple of things to mention to you all in addition to, these 2 new moons. Some of you, I got 3 messages for you all. If it fits, fine. If it doesn't, park it, right? All right, for some of you, I got going into 2025, a lot of your focus talking about this hermit energy and making your plans going forward, being ready to do the work and be consistent. Shine your light, cast that light. Spirit will see the light and beam it right back at you. Partnering and mentoring. That's for some of you. For your goals, aspirations, things that you're working on right now, even if it's about a health matter, it is about, who are your caregivers, etc. But it is 2025 is going to be really key for you to hone in on who you are partnering with for the things that you want in business, in love, who you're choosing. If you already have a mate and you want to keep it going or whatever the situation is, partnering and mentoring. Meaning, do you have or need certain teachers? Are there certain, workshops that you need to take, books you need to read, anything expanding your mind? That new moon in Sagittarius that we're in right now, taking it from the potential of expansion to the reality of seeing the results from it. New moon in Capricorn as you go into 2025, all right? Partnering and mentoring. For others of you, I got the way they gave it to me, the spirit guides gave it to me, they said, see the self as the goal. It has to do with self-image. Many times when you are, or let me get a mirror because I do the same thing sometimes. When we have a goal, or an objective or a need, a desire, we're so focused on that end result that we don't see ourselves connected to it. In other words, I want abundance. And so we visualize and pray and etc. for what it is that we need, what that objective is. But are we seeing ourselves as the source of abundance, of walking in abundant energy, of our DNA naturally being magnetic towards abundance? Is it a double exchange between what we are asking for and how we see ourselves in that mix? That's the other thing. Spirit said 2025, some of you are going to undergo some shifts and transformation in your self-image and being ready to see yourself as that thing that you want. Healthy, lovable, abundant, successful, all the, socially adept, right? Because a lot of people are still dealing with a lot of isolationism in this day, right? So self-image, a big thing for many of you, all right? And finally, if I can read my own chicken scratch on the napkin. Oh, I got it. Someone or something needs to be recast, if not released. This was important, you all, because when we talk about releasing, releasing the past, doing the shadow work, working through things, because we have to make space. If we're going to move forward, we got to make space for it. And 2 things can't occupy the same space. So if you are, if you're dealing with, say, for instance, if you want abundance but you're dealing with this mass of debt in order to get to abundance, the 2 can sort of, if you're vibing more with the debt that you have, the bills that you have versus the potential for the abundance to come in, that makes things a little challenging. So Spirit said someone or something, a circumstance, needs to be recast. It's hard to, or released, because let's stick with that example of debt. If it is the debt that's weighing you down right now, right? It's hard to just say, okay, well, I release it, because the bottom line is the bills are still due, all right? So Spirit is saying recast it then. See it as doable. See it as, remember we said earlier, those 10 steps, right? If that's what it takes, if I got to go through 10 separate steps to get to number 10, that's what I'm going to do. So pay off that one bill and there may be 5 more waiting. But when you get that one, at least psychologically, spiritually, you say, okay, that's it. You know, I can see how this is going to work, and then it's going to go faster than you think. Spirit is saying recast those issues or people or circumstances if you can't release. I have done so many readings for people who are still brokenhearted over relationships. Either someone has moved on, transitioned, or, you know, any number of circumstances, and they're feeling like my one true love is gone. I still want love, but I'm still attached, right? Those attachments. If you cannot release it, recast it. That attachment was then, I need another relationship or connection now, right? Put it in a different framework, because sometimes when we focus on something that we know for whatever reason we're not able to achieve, the psychological impact, I don't know how to release this. It is just too much a part of me. But you can always recast it, redefine it, you know, put it in some other terms. It was what it was, but ultimately it was not healthy for me, or it is no longer possible to continue. Therefore, I must continue. You get what I'm saying? All right, that's it. That's it, and my napkin, and just wanted to check in with you all. I will be back in the saddle at home in a couple more days, having a great time. I hope you all are as well. I didn't even introduce myself at the beginning of the video. If you are new here, I am a Fefe with Touch by Tarot and Beyond. I hope you like what you saw. Hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate you all so very much, and I'll check in with you really soon. Think about these new moons, you all. This is really good. This is really good. If we utilize this energy at its full potential, we can see some shifts, right? All right, we'll talk about it more later. Take care. Bye.